Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time to engage in a bit of yoga asana practice today. That is to move your body. And with that, we practice pranayama, which is your breath. So when we move our breath and our body together, we, fortify ourselves or generate a beautiful way to release stores of energy in the body, tapping into the subtle layers that we have, that little soulful self, that little well of wisdom that we have within us. So practicing yoga is a great way to tap inside of ourselves, that inner part of ourselves, and allow that to carry through to our day-to-day activities. So whether we're doing the dishes or taking kids to school or at work, we can have this little inner well of wisdom that we can draw from. And what's good about that is it allows us to make more holistic responses in the world. So we don't react so much. And sometimes when we overreact or react, it can get us into trouble, or we may act in a way that we don't necessarily want to. So when we connect with our truer self a little more, so the birds agree with me, we're able to make decisions that allow us to respond to situations no matter what happens. So this is what I like to do, and this is what I like to incorporate into my own personal yoga practice, is this delving deep into myself and connecting with the truest parts of me that I can then carry through the rest of my day, no matter what I'm doing or where I'm going. And one of the things that has helped me develop a practice in yoga is studying the yoga philosophies, being open-minded to the wisdom of others, and applying things to myself to find out what works for me and what doesn't. And one of the things that I enjoy doing is reading through the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And you could consider these sutras meaning threads. These are kind of like the threads in the tapestry of what is yoga. It's the most important part from my own personal perspective, is these inner philosophies and wisdoms, and then we go and apply them through breath, through body, through mindfulness. And the Yoga Sutras outline a practice of yoga. It outlines the 8 limbs of yoga that we practice, which I'll go into another time. So day-to-day things that we can do, that we can think about to help us feel more connected in our day, to perhaps feel more happy. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is found in chapter 2, verse 28, and it says, "By sustained practice of all the component parts of yoga, the impurities dwindle away and wisdom's radiant light shines forth with discriminative knowledge." So my understanding from this is that when we practice yoga, we don't just practice it once and go, yes, I am a yogi. Perhaps you are a yogi from practicing just once, but yoga is found in the repetition, in the practice of what is our yoga. So for some people, that's waking up every morning and moving their body. And for others, it's waking up every morning and connecting with their breath. For others, it's both. For some, it may be walking through the garden and grounding your feet on the grass, going for a walk. So there's lots of different ways to practice yoga. Yoga is union, you. So how do you experience you? Now this class, this asana class, is a way to help you open up your day and then go and explore your own yoga, your own version of yoga. So thinking about what it is for you. And as you do that, you become more connected because you're bringing in all of you to make decisions. You may find yourself practicing mindfulness a lot more, taking slower breaths, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears, dealing with stressful situations a lot better because of these practices that you are instilling in yourself. So yoga is a wonderful way to become free from impurities, from the things that weigh you down sometimes and draw you into a place of non-growth or stagnation. So practice, practice, practice. And on that note, just leave that there. Let's practice some yoga. So sitting tall, either on or off a block, a mat, a pillow, a rolled mat or a pillow, bolster, and find a nice long spine. How does your body lift up from the sit bones? Can you feel your navel draw in slightly just to protect that lower back? Can you feel the shoulders melt downwards? And if not, how about you draw them up and then draw them down? Really feel that openness through the chest. You might feel like there's a lengthening through the back of the neck, and we're not forcing anything. We're lifting and settling while keeping that spine nice and long. Let's take our palms up on the legs. Now you can have your legs extended or crossed. Just find that comfortable position for you. Index finger and thumb connect. And the 3 other fingers extend away. Now this is a beautiful mudra. This helps us to create a little, a circuit within ourselves of our knowledge and our ability to do, ability to get things done, our action in the world. Mindfully closing down the eyes or just keeping them a fraction open. And then finding your breath. Just notice the inhale and notice the exhale. You might notice the softening around the crown of your head, down around your shoulders and down the length of the back. This may help to release any tightness in the legs as you feel that grounding, that softening downwards. All yoga begins and ends with breath. Without breath, there is no yoga. Breathing in, take the breath down into the lower belly. And as you breathe out, allow the navel to draw back and releasing the breath out through the nose. Slowing the breath down without forcing or containing the breath. You may notice your heartbeat here. Those gentle waves, those inner vibrations. And the movement and the sound of your heart is an internal mantra, an internal sound or chant. It's that inner vibration that allows life life force to travel within us. And practicing yoga with awareness, we just simply observe. Now you may choose to keep your eyes closed, just softly open, not fully, just partly. And finding some natural movement here. You may like to release your hands. You may like to just gently sway the spine left and right, forwards and backwards. You might like to take one ear towards the shoulder. Just moving mindfully, just very subtle, as if the movement is coming from the inside out. Staying with the flow of your breath. And then making movements bigger. Perhaps drawing the shoulders up and down, turning the palms down, bending into the elbows. Now, if you're on a block, you may choose to come off the block. You may even like to take your feet out to the front. Keep moving mindfully, keep finding your inner space here. There's no rush to wake. There's no rush in the body. There's no pushing, no pulling. It's just a matter of being and listening and observing. And when you're ready, coming back to a comfortable seated position, crossing the legs if that feels good. Hands are on the knees and we're working the chest in a beautiful circle. So as you inhale, come forward. And as you exhale, come back. So we're beginning to round through the spine. As you inhale, you might like to lift the chin here. And exhale, draw it in. Just feeling through the upper part of your body. And gradually grow the movement all the way down to your tailbone. So you're feeling your hips, receiving all that beautiful movement. Staying with the breath. And back the other way. So we're balancing the body here. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Coming around and then finding your center as you inhale, roll up the spine. Let's take the arms up above the head, relax the shoulders down. You might like to take a little bend in the elbows or not go so high. Filling up with breath, we inhale through the fingertips. Exhale, turn the palms down and float your fingers to the floor with your breath. Fingertips gently touch as we inhale, palms to ceiling. Exhale, palms down, fingertips lightly brush. Just continue this, mindful breathing, connecting body with breath. It's like you're wading your fingertips through water, feeling the ripples of movement. Relaxing and releasing. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Let's take our left hand to right knee. Back arm acts as a spine as we inhale and lift. Exhale and twist. Twist from the navel. Slowly exhale and release, and we change sides. Inhale to lift, exhale to twist. And release. Beautiful. Let's take both hands behind. Bring the feet out in front. Just open up, shine the heart space a little forward. And exhale. Tuck the chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, chin to chest. Finding a nice neutral spine. Let's take the knees to the side and roll on over onto all fours. Hands roughly under the shoulders, knees roughly under the hips, untuck the toes. Now you might like to place a blanket underneath your knees or double over the mat, just for added comfort. Cat-cow. Inhale, draw the navel down, lift chin and tailbone, open the shoulders here. Exhale, draw the navel in and up. Let's add a mantra. As you inhale, Sat, truth. As you exhale, Nam, to bring forth. Inhale, Sat. Exhale, Nam. And just continue this flow. Just finding that nice inner softness, that place of connection, and just staying there. Yoga isn't about aerobics or pushing yourself to extremes physically, or perhaps it is for you. But finding your yoga begins with your breath. Then we connect to the body. We don't need to connect to the soul because we are soul. Oh, that sounds wrong. We are a soul. We're a soul who happens to have a breath and a body. Finding neutral once more. I'm never going to live that down. Let's tuck the toes under. Inhale the hips. And take your gaze between the knees. Fill up with breath here. Now take a little bend in the knees. I like to wag my tail here. First thing in the morning, we can expect a little bit of tightness through the body. So without forcing, we slowly persuade the body through movement. So finding your own natural flow here. What is it for you this morning? Or if you're doing this in the evening, what is it for you in the evening? Slowly inhale and walk your feet to the top of the mat. Finding a forward fold, we release the crown of the head down. You might like to allow the arms to hang heavy here. Filling up with breath. Exhaling, perhaps exhaling through the mouth. Releasing any tension through the upper body. And gently bending in through the knees, rolling up the spine, one vertebra at a time. I like to wag my tail on the way up and wiggle my fingers. When you find the top, roll the shoulders up, back, open, take the hands behind, interlace the fingers. Inhale, let's open the chest, hey? Squeeze the shoulder blades together just gently. Now breath shines forward. Breath is expansive here. And exhale, release. Bring hands into heart space. On your next inhale, let's take them way overhead. And as you exhale, take a lean to the right. Inhale back to center. And take a lean to the left. And just repeat this, inhaling, filling with breath, finding length. Exhale. Finding center, exhale, hands to heart space. Release the breath. And let's begin rocking forwards and backwards. So coming onto the heels and then onto the balls of the feet. Slowing down, we gently lift the toes, spread them wide, grounding down now. Placing each toe down one at a time and bending softly through the knees. Staying with your breath. Just working through some flow here with the breath. Gently draw the hands forward. Lift the arms up, palms facing down, and as you exhale, allow the hands to come forward, bending at the hips, softening through the knees. Then draw the thumbs to the inside, sweep the palms up to the ceiling, and then rotate the thumbs to the front, like we're serving food. Keep rotating in a spiral, taking the palms up to the ceiling and then turning the palms down again. Exhale, send the hips back. Now the movement is slow, is mindful. We're connecting with the flow of energy as we spiral our breath and body through to beyond the crown of the head. Just continue this. Scooping up, serving it, elevating, lifting. Exhale. So we exhale down and we inhale up. You might like to imagine a stream of colour coming from your fingertips, and you're submersed in a tank of water perhaps, and you're moving the water with your hands. The trail that's left behind is the colour of your energy today. Those little ripples that you create today are sending beautiful energy into the world. One more time. Exhale, hands into heart space. Fingertips touch. We feel the lengthening through the crown of the head. You might like to close down the eyes just for a moment here and just notice the physical touch. What points of your body are connected to something, the mat, the palms, your clothing. Just be really present with your physical body. Again, perhaps noticing the beautiful heartbeat within, your inner mantra. Slowly exhale, release the hands beside the body. Coming to the top of your mat, let's inhale. Take the arms wide, send them way overhead. And as you exhale, allow the body to bend at the hips, chest leading the way to the floor as you come to a forward fold. Let's inhale, coming up halfway, hands explore your legs, halfway up. We extend long with the back. Exhale, cascade down. Hands find the mat, and let's step back with the left foot. The left knee and the left toes find the mat. The right ankle is underneath the right knee. We draw the navel in gently and feel the lengthening of the spine, pressing through the back shin and front foot. Let's inhale up. Take the arms forward. You can use your hands on that front thigh if that feels better for you. So option is here. Now sinking a little deeper by bending into that front knee. Reaching through the fingertips and plugging the thumbs towards the back foot. Exhale down, release the arms. They frame the front foot. As we inhale, send the hips back. We'll begin lengthening the front leg. Option to release the toes off of the mat. Taking the hands wide for balance. Inhale. Exhale, bend from the hips. Nothing is forced here. We're waking the body. Inhale once more, bend into the knee, walk the hands forward. The left hand finds the mat, right arm inhales to sky. Feel the depth in the hips. Option to take that back arm behind you. Take your gaze, look down the length of your fingertips. Inhale back up if you've taken that option. And exhale down to the mat. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee up. And you might like to take a little drag back with the front foot before stepping back into downward facing dog. Inhale through the hips. It's a beautiful way to release any pressure through the spine, these beautiful inversions. Although if you have any blood pressure issues, it can also come into a slighter inversion, such as this, on the hands and the forearms and knees. Listen to your body today. And when you're ready, let's bend into the left foot, in the left leg, and step the left foot forward. Right knee, right toes find the mat. Find that nice position for your hips to explore a little bit of depth today. Navel draws in. We feel the support of our lower body as we inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, bend a little through the front knee and allow the hips to gently mount downwards. Exhale, take the hands, they frame the front foot, right hand to mat. Inhale, oh no, we don't inhale yet, we inhale back. I was about to go up, we inhale back, lengthen that front leg, lift the toes if that feels good. Lengthen the spine, we fill with breath. And we exhale, tilt from the hips. And just observe the sensations. There's nothing more to do. Finding that even flow of breath
Now, if your breath feels erratic, perhaps loosening the posture a little by bending into the knee. So we stay within that beautiful calm state of breath. Beautiful. On the next exhale, we release. Bend into the knee. Right hand finds the mat this time, and we inhale, lift and open. Option, of course, is to stay here or take your gaze down the back arm as it lengthens towards the back of the room. Beautiful. Inhale back to that beautiful lifted position. And exhale, take the arm down to the mat. Send the hips back a little as you tuck the toes under. Lift the back knee. Step back in your own way to downward facing dog. Release the breath, release the body. Beautiful. On the next exhale, let's bring the knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes and come back onto your heels. You can take the knees wide or narrow here as you find child's pose, forehead to floor, or you can hot potato your hands or pancake your hands so the forehead has a nice place to rest. When you are there, finding the breath and just allowing your body to settle into the mat like the sediment in the river that settles to the base of the river. Slowly, steadily. Perhaps taking time here in awareness to focus on those things that perhaps are knocking at the door to challenge your attention. Just give them a moment, just a moment to exist and not deny them. It's coming into this state, it's a state of flow, it's not a state of locking up the windows and shutting out and repressing. It's a state of flow. And we use the breath to move the energy, to move the thoughts around to where we need them in any given moment. Let's do 2 more breaths. Feel the expansion of your body. And gently, when you're ready, moving slowly, pressing into the hands and lifting the forehead off of contact point. Filling with breath and again finding some natural movement, perhaps wiggling and sliding as you walk your hands back. Gently coming up, taking the feet out from underneath you and rolling all the way onto your butt and extending the legs long out in front. Sitting tall and allow the heels to press forward and the toes to come back. Hands come beside the body and we lift the spine, allow the shoulders to draw down so we can press gently upwards. You can bend your knees here if that feels better for you. This beautiful asana allows the body to find posture. It aligns the meridians and allows the body to breathe, allowing the lungs to expand. Beautiful. When you're ready, exhale, perhaps finding your way down to a forward fold, perhaps bending into the knees and just drawing the nose in between the knees, perhaps. Just finding your state of rest, of comfort. Two more breaths. And when you're ready, gently rolling up the spine one vertebra at a time. Bringing your hands to the side for support and inching your butt towards your heels. You can give them a little bit of space if you'd like, and then making your way back down. So you can lift the toes off the mat here or keep them connected to the mat as you roll down. You might like to take your hands underneath the thighs and use them as support, or release the arms altogether and roll down one vertebra at a time, bending through the knees, and then gently draw them into the chest. Gently swaying left and right. Release the breath fully here. And when you're ready, gently take the knees in towards the armpits so they're opening a little wider now. The tailbone may lift, and that's okay, or you might like to allow the tailbone to draw towards the mat. No option to stay here, or reach through the insides of your knees and then take the outsides of your feet with your hands. Press the heels towards the ceiling and feel the connection of your back to the mat. Breath is easy. We've created a beautiful space for the breath in that lower belly. Beautiful. Let's gently bring the soles of the feet together and allow them to find the mat. Now you might like to draw the heels in close to the butt, or you might like to take them a little further away today. So you take the knees wide, allow them to melt open rather than forcing them open. Palms can face up beside the body or down. Or you might like to take your arms overhead, bending at the elbows, palms facing up. You might even like to connect your thumb and pointy finger together to create a diamond shape above your head. The crowning jewel, the crowning diamond. Closing down the eyes. Allow your body to find stillness and allow your mind to find observation and awareness. Now you have the option of staying just as you are, or releasing the arms back down, drawing the knees into the chest once more. Letting out a nice exhale. And then allowing both knees to gently draw towards the left side. Extending the top leg long, if that feels great. And extending the back arm long. You have the option here of lifting the head and taking your gaze down the back arm, or keeping your eyes closed wherever they are. Nothing is forced. We're just allowing the body to wake with gentle persuasion and breath. And when you're ready, gently changing sides. Just taking your time to melt into that ideal place just for you. And slowly taking your time, coming back to center. And extending the legs long. Or you might like to keep the knees bent. Just do what feels right for your mind and body today. The arms can come, palms facing up beside the body. We close down the eyes, we'll keep them just slightly open. And begin to observe the breath coming into the body and moving out of the body. Can you peel back all of the outer sounds and elements and distractions, the thoughts? Just gently peel them back one by one until all you are left with is the movement and the sound of your breath.
Contemplation is the confining of thought to one point. Meditation depends upon this foundation for directing thoughts into a continuous flow of awareness. Being absorbed in spirit is that consciousness whose object is void of form or goal, and only the essence of the object remains shining forth. The Yoga Sutras, Chapter 3, verse 1, 2 and 3. You may like to stay exactly as you are for as long as you wish. Or if you'd like, you can come back to your comfortable seated position. Yoga is a practice. It's a practice of connection from the inside out, using the breath, the body and the mind together in a harmony to create that connection. When we practice yoga, we create a space in our body, in our mind, and deep within our soul that is of service to us and to others around us. May your connection be vibrant. May your connection shine through your yoga being the crown jewel upon your head. Practice, practice, practice. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Namaste.